Hello, Fen friends. Not far, but too far to walk. I can see Fen sitting there by his juniper fire, sulking that he couldn't throw his body on the treasure chest with his last gulp of air and dare you to find it. Check that quote out. I think this means that the ultimate solve may be a little more difficult than some people give it. Physically, I think that as he polished up the end of the poem, which we know he did because he had changed it many times, as he's sitting there with the treasure chest at the location, sitting there writing the poem, and at this point he's tired. He's done it tired, and now he's weak. And so now it's not far for a young Fenn, but too far to walk now. And I think that when he hit it, took a lot out of him. He's done it tired, now he's weak. I think that shows that the task is not as simple as some people think. You can't just drive and go into the woods and get it. I think you have to have a location. And I'm not going to go into financial or legal stuff that some other vloggers do, because I believe Fenn, the person that finds it's going to own it. And I think it's in a place that's so remote, you're not going to just trip over it. You're going to have to find out something that's very, very specific and go there. And I believe that. And I think Fenn has said basically that. So, not far, but too far to walk. Mileage? Well, that's one thing to speak of. Altitude is another. Driving to a location to hike is another. There are places you can hike in the mountains, in the Rockies, all up and down. Amazing places, but you got to drive an hour up switchbacks to get there. And so it's possible that it's more involved than just parking and going to it, So that's something else that you learn from boots on the ground, where you go out and you find beautiful places, but you gotta go there and you gotta drive a ways to get to where you hike. So, not far, but too far to walk. It can also be a direction in my mind, because the preceding statement, take it in the canyon down, means that you went to a specific location, and possibly because it's put in below the home of Brown, you have a place that's maybe northerly, and you're getting an idea of the general location of where warm waters halt, although that's the first clue. And he said that if you don't got the first clue, then stay home and play canasta. But think about it. Where do you find where warm waters halt? There may be other hints in the poem that lead you to that clue. Again, this is multi-layered in my opinion. And I think it has a lot to do with double entendre, or perhaps triple entendre. So, not far, but too far to walk. What are your thoughts?